Can you believe that one of the most famous songs in history almost never got released? And that recording, it was an adventure that cost Queen unprecedented time and money. In this video, we'll reveal the real behind-the-scenes story, far from the myths and rumors, to find out how the masterpiece that changed the history of rock music forever was born. Before Queen ever set foot in a recording studio, Bohemian Rhapsody existed entirely in Freddie Mercury's head. It wasn't just a song, it was an obsession that had developed over years. Its first spark came in the late 1960s during his school days, and Mercury himself jokingly called it the cowboy song. He carried its parts written on scraps of paper, meticulously envisioning the harmony of the multiple voices. When he pitched the idea to his classmates, guitarist Brian May saw its ambitious operatic interludes as worth working on. But what's even more surprising is a recent discovery in 2023. An original draft in Freddie's handwriting, initially titled Mongolian Rhapsody, was later changed to Bohemian. This confirms that the vision was taking shape, even down to the title, and was by no means a spur-of-the-moment decision. Once the concept was complete, this complex masterpiece required unprecedented rehearsals in the band's history. The members of Queen didn't simply enter the studio. Instead, they spent June 1975 in seclusion at Ridge Farm Studios, followed by 3 full weeks in July at the old Penrose Court Manor, practicing and rehearsing. These rehearsals served as a creative laboratory where they focused entirely on deconstructing and perfecting every note and every melodic transition. This was the first time a work of art was nearly complete and ready before any recording began. Recording finally commenced on August 24, 1975, at the tranquil Rockfield Studios in rural Wales. The de facto leader of the project was Freddie Mercury himself. The then-young sound engineer, Gary Langan, recalled that Freddie led the entire project, directing the legendary producer Roy Thomas Baker. They didn't have digital technology. Their only weapon was a 28-track analog tape recorder, nothing more. To create the operatic soundscape we hear today, they resorted to a madcap process called bouncing. They would record, then merge, then record over the merged tracks, and so on. At the peak of the process, the song contained between 160 and 180 tracks layered on top of each other. The tape was passed over the recording heads countless times, and that's when the prophecy came true. Brian May later said, laughing, "We played the tape so many times it was almost transparent from overuse. Every time we added another Galileo, the sound started to disappear." This tape, nearly worn out, held within it a sonic miracle. The song we know is really 5 songs in one: an instrumentless introduction, a melancholic piano ballad, a raucous operatic section, a heavy rock blast, and a quiet, philosophical finale. Each part was written and performed with terrifying detail. In the operatic section, Freddie himself arranged the harmonies and vocals. He and his band were a 3-headed human chorus, Freddie in the middle notes, Roger Taylor with his high, piercing voice shouting "Galileo" at the top, and Brian May adding the low rumble from below. John Deacon held the bass, holding his ground amidst the creative chaos. When it was time for the piano, Freddie would pound the keys of a Bechstein grand piano, rumored to be the same one used in a legend like "Hey Jude," though no one can confirm this. In the background, Roger Taylor transforms the rocky section into a volcano, pounding drums and the huge gong that heralds the end of the world in the song. Then, Brian May's guitar solo, recorded on a single track, cuts through the chaos like a timeless melody. Behind the intricate technicalities lay a playful, chaotic spirit. Producer Roy Thomas Baker recounts the day Freddie came to their apartment playing the piano, then suddenly stopped at a certain point and exclaimed, "And here comes the opera passage." He then closed the lid and suggested going out to dinner, more like announcing the arrival of a pizza than the most important musical transformation in history. They were recording the word Galileo over and over so hysterically that they couldn't stop laughing. Every time they added a new note, the session would erupt in giggles. Perhaps that's the song's secret. It's deadly serious in its construction, yet charged with the energy of 5 friends joking around as they created history. After 3 weeks of relentless work and state-of-the-art automated mixing at London studios, Bohemian Rhapsody was born. At roughly 6 minutes long, delivering it to EMI was like a declaration of war. The executives panicked, saying the song was too long for radio and demanding it be cut. But the band flatly refused. That's where the outside hero, the legendary radio host Kenny Everett, came in. He took a copy of the song and defied everyone. He played it 14 times in one weekend. The radio station's phone lines exploded and people rushed to stores to find the unreleased record. EMI relented and the song was released in its entirety. Queen wasn't just selling a single, she was selling a complete rock opera. Later, when faced with the dilemma of a live performance, they found a solution that reflected the same sense of humor. In the operatic portion, the band members would simply leave the stage, leaving the audience with their recorded voices and stage lights, only to return and complete the show later. This combination of sheer musical genius, wild technical ambition, and a complete disregard for self-reflection is what made Bohemian Rhapsody timeless. It's not just a song, it's an artifact crafted by friends on a tape that was about to melt away, immortalizing a voice that will never die. As Freddie Mercury himself said of its cryptic lyrics, it's just a musical joke, but the most precious and beautiful joke in the history of rock and roll. Now, tell us in the comments which secret of this iconic song surprised you the most. And do you think there are still other secrets buried beneath the layers of Galileo's voice that haven't yet been discovered? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to be the first to see our next behind-the-scenes journey into the world of musical legends. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next issue.